This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Well, first of all, Summer Music Associates is really thrilled to be back bringing great music to this Lake Sunapee area. We have not had a concert here for 2 years because of you know what, and we're over the moon that we're able to bring these artists back to New London. So we start at Colby Sawyer College at the Sawyer Theater on June 25th, which is a Saturday night at 7 p.m. And the Boston Civic Symphony will return, 75-piece orchestra conducted by Francisco Noya. And this year they will be playing Dvorak's New World Symphony and Mozart's Piano Concerto in D minor. And that brings a young pianist as the soloist. His name is Yutong Sun, and he's in his late 20s, and he is, as we speak, competing in the Van Cliburn International Piano Competition. So we wish him well, and it would be phenomenal to have him even in the finals. He's only one of 30 young pianists from all over the world to have the honor to compete in this competition. So we are thrilled to have him as a soloist here in New London. And then the last piece on the concert will be Jonathan Bailey Holland's piece named Colors. And Jonathan Bailey Holland is a local composer from Boston. They're doing extraordinary work, and this will be the New Hampshire premiere of his piece. Then on July 7th, a Thursday night, here at the First Baptist Church, we will have Frison Ensemble. They're a 9-piece ensemble from New York City, some of the finest young musicians from New York, and they're composed of woodwinds, a French horn, and string instruments. And they bring a concert called From Bach to Bolero. So they'll start with some early pieces and move right up through the repertoire to Ravel's Bolero arrangement that has been done specifically for their ensemble. So that should be a pretty exciting concert as well, and I'm sure that will fill this space with fantastic sound. 2 weeks later, Thursday night, right here again at the First Baptist Church. That would be Thursday, July 21st. We have a return visit from the Beacon Brass Quintet. These fellows are from Boston, tremendously entertaining. They teach the audience about their instruments and about the music they're playing. They're very funny and just delightful guys. They're going to feature a Quintet number 2 by Victor Ewald, then a piece by George Frederick Handel, John Williams, Giuseppe Verdi, Scott Joplin, and Duke Ellington. So it's quite an extraordinary range of music for that night. 2 weeks later, again on a Thursday, August 4th, we have the Pandolfi Duo. Many of you were here when the Rastrelli Cello Quartet played, and they brought with them a guest violinist named Lindsay Deutsch, who came out in a sequin jumpsuit and tore the place apart. In fact, during the concert, the quartet had to remind the audience that we had come to hear them, and not just to hear Lindsay Deutsch. She is one of the most dynamic, versatile, exciting, fabulous players I have ever heard or witnessed in my life. She brings us to a standing ovation right away. And she is paired with Thomas Pandolfi, a wonderful pianist. And the two of them are presenting a show called Rock Stars Through the Ages. And it's a whirlwind tour of some of the most famous classical composers right up through popular composers such as Billy Joel. And they too talk to the audience and bring us on this journey with a lot of humor and insight. Then 2 weeks after that, August 18th, we round out the season with Fred Meyer Jazz Trio. Fred is a local New Hampshire musician, but he's a classical pianist who is known around the world with many, many recordings. The first half of the concert, Fred will be playing classical piano pieces, but the second half of the concert, he brings onto the stage his bass and drum player, and they comprise a jazz trio. And Fred has transcribed note for note famous jazz trios by Oscar Peterson, Art Tatum, Chick Corea, just for instance, and those trios will be performed in the second half of this concert. So it will be as if you're taken back into time to hear the actual jazz trios that were played back in the days of fabulous classic jazz. So that's our season. Our ticket prices have not changed. They are still $25 for adults, $5 for students. They are available at www.summermusicassociates.org or 603-526-8234, or by cash or check at Tatewell Gallery or Morgan Hill Bookstore here in New London. We hope to see you at the concerts. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
It is so good to have all these events re-emerge after our COVID shutdown. When we return, Lori Buchar will give us a tour of the Bradford Center historical buildings. But first, here is another business that helps us keep your Yankee Chronicle coming to you.